And we are live. This is UFC Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We're here for UFC 215. We got two title fights: DJ Mighty Mouse Johnson versus Borg, and Shevchenko versus Nunez. We had a good card, man. Some very good cards in Canada. And what a recap for the last card. It was a good card, man. You know, we both picked Volkov. We both should have bet him. You know, I did a chase bet on Volkov, but I didn't track it. We both lost on Green. You know, Green had a very close fight, but Kavlov got the nod, and I think it could have been either way. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. And Barberena, man, I'm not even mad that he lost, dude. He fought a really good fight. He almost finished Edwards, and he fought for my money. So hats off to Barberena, and he's still one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. Anything you want to say about the last card?
Yeah, I thought Desmond Green did pretty good. I don't have any regrets betting him, but it is what it is, man. On to the next card.
All right, man. Let's start off with the first fight. We got Cajun Johnson versus Adriano Martins. This is a complete mismatch, in my opinion. I don't think Cajun Johnson is that good. I think he might be one of the worst fighters in the lightweight division. I think him and Holbrook would be, a banger of a fight. No, I think that fight would suck. And yeah, man, I don't think he offers anything for Adriano Martins. I mean, this dude's been finished a lot of times. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He doesn't have the best stand up, and I think his kicks are going to be open for Martins' counters, bro. Martins has one of the best counters in the division. He hits super hard, nasty striker. I mean, he was beating Cowboy Cerrone before he got knocked out. And he also has some good wins, man. He beat Rustam Kavlov, who's a very tough out for anybody. And, he knocked out Mac and Cheese. Mac and Cheese is Islam. He's Khabib's baby brother. That's what a lot of people say. And yeah, dude, Martins is no joke, dude. So the line is accurate. I wanted to parlay Martins, but the line's kind of out of control. But I got Martins by a first round KO. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. You pretty much took the words right out of the mouth. Complete mismatch. This guy Martin has some wins over these two beast ass Russians, Islam Makhachev and Rustam. Kabulov we just saw this weekend. He's no slouch. So to have a win over him is pretty impressive. So I'm gonna have to go with Adriano Martin as well. Get the win, man. On to the next car, and to the next. It is a safe bet, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it. But on to the next fight. We got Henrique, who's 10-3. He's gonna be fighting Arjan Bhullar, 6-0, making his debut. He looks like some beast ass Russian wrestler. He's Enrique. He's not someone that I'd have. I'd on. He just got KO'd by Tibura. He does have a. He did choke out Colombo, but he finishes the slouches. And when it comes to the competitive guys, it seems like he gets finished. He's not competitive, and once it starts to get tough out there, it looks like he looks for the door. So I can see why a lot of people might be putting their money on Arjan right now, but just the fact that he's making his debut makes it kind of a on him. But I'm probably gonna have to go with Arjan, man. To be honest, just because I can't trust Enrique, man. Anytime he gets tough, he looks for the door. So I know I'm usually breaking my rules, but I'm gonna have to go with Arjan for this one. What about you?
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm with you 100%. I do think that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't say
Sorry, I was
anything.
cut off for a second. I was cut off, but yeah, I agree. I think the newcomer's gonna win, and I do think that Henrique. I don't think he's terrible, but I mean, I don't think he's the best heavyweight, and he definitely has some holes in his game. He has good jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't have the best chin, and I don't think he's that good in the feet. And this newcomer, man, is no slouch, dude. And I can see him taking him down and pounding him out. Henrique's coming off a pretty brutal knockout loss to Marcin Tybura. So yeah, man, I agree. All right, so apparently, I guess that the connection lost for a second. Um, Let me see if I can get Ricky back in real quick. All right, dude. Sorry about that, man. That was weird. Okay, so we're back in. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so anyways, sorry about the connection, but yeah, man. I think Alex White is levels above on the feet. I think he's a pretty good striker. You know, he dropped Tony Martin last fight, and Tony Martin, dude, is one of the best in my opinion grapplers in the division. He has very good wrestling too. And if you can go out there and drop him, I think you can go out there and finish Mitch the Bitch Clarke. You know, Mitch has no business in the UFC, no business in the UFC at all. And I think White has a very good boxing game and power, man. So he's too faster. He's good pressure, way faster, way better striking. And I don't think Mitch Clarke has the kind of wrestling and grappling that Tony Martin has. You know, Tony Martin's only lost is the best. So okay, yeah, I got Alex White all day, and I had my first fight. What about you?
Yeah, seems like a lot of people are very confident on Alex White. I don't see why not, but I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. Alex White, he is coming off a loss of Tony Martin, but that was a pretty competitive fight, you know, and he does have some decision win over Artem Lobov. I don't know. I don't know if I can be so confident on that though. But Mitch's Clarke does. You're not concerned about Mitch's sub over Ali Ilaquinta?
No, I think it was a fluke, to be honest. A big fluke.
I don't know. It's kind of concerning to me.
I mean, Tony Martin couldn't tap him out. I think Tony Martin has way better grappling.
Okay.
Dude, Mitch Clarke looks like a hobbit, bro, from like Lord of the Rings. This dude is not a good fighter.
You shouldn't judge a fighter by their looks, but
yeah, I know I'm messing with you, but I mean, the Iaquinta, I think it was a fluke, to be honest. It was like 3-4 years ago. That's Iaquinta's hole in his game. Is he? You know, he all his losses are by sub. So I think it's a complete fluke. I don't think he's gonna tap out Alex Martin. Or I mean Alex White.
You think it's gonna be a stand-up fight or what?
I don't think it's gonna go to the mat. I think Alex White's gonna knock him out in the first round, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to tell you on this one, but that but Mitch Clarke is I don't know, wouldn't fade him that easily. But I don't really know that much about this fight yet. I'm gonna watch more tape. But I'll go with you. I'm gonna go with Alex White as well. But let's go to the next fight. We got Gavin Tucker, who's 10-0, versus Rick Glenn, who's 19-4. I'm gonna have to go with Gavin Tucker. He's coming off of a pretty impressive win over Sam Cecilia, as opposed to like Rick Glenn, who's just coming off of a split decision win over Felipe Nover. Felipe Nover is not really impressive. He's just used as a stepping stone. And to come off with the split decision is kind of whatever. As opposed to Gavin Tucker, man, he looked really clean on his debut. He has a lot of finishes in the regional scene, and I'm pretty sure he's going to look a lot better in his next fight too. So I'm actually pretty excited to see what he's got to show. So I'm going to have to go with Gavin Tucker. What about you?
Yeah, me too. I do think it's a closer fight than people think, though, because Rick Glenn is no slouch. He definitely has the size advantage in this fight, the experience too. And, you know, he does get beat up a lot, but he's a tough dude. And I think on the feet, you know, Gavin Tucker is the better striker. Way more tools in the feet. Surprisingly, though, you know, Glenn's the younger dude. I didn't know that until recently. But, yeah, Gavin Tucker looked good in his debut. You know, Rick Glenn, he's been around the block. He's fought a lot of guys. He fought Lance Palmer. He fought Evan Dunham on his debut and, you know, showed a lot of heart. In his last fight, he fought, you know, Felipe Nover and won a split. But, yeah, man, I think Gavin Tucker's going to go out there and piece him apart in the feet and win a 30-27 decision. But, I mean, I don't think, you know, I think it's definitely a close fight people think, though. So I got Gavin Tucker, but it's a pass for betting. Next fight, we got the Battle of the Scrubs. We got Sarah Cheesecake Moras versus Ashley Evans Smith. Yeah, man, this is like a flip a coin fight. Both these girls are terrible, in my opinion. Cheesecake hasn't fought in like 2 years. And, you know, She has a decent ground game, but on the feet, she offers nothing at all. She's fighting in her hometown. Ashley Evans Smith, she doesn't have the best chin. She's decent on the feet, has a good wrestling game. I think she could, possibly dance her way out there, dance her way around the octagon, slowly pick her apart, and maybe get her down and win the grappling, stay out of getting sub. So I got Ashley Evans Smith, but it's the biggest pass on this card by far. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ashley Evans Smith too. But it's like you said, both of these girls suck. It's just the one that sucks the least. It's probably gonna have to be Ashley Evans Smith. So on to the next fight. We got Henry Cejudo, who's 10-2, versus Wilson Hayes, who's 27-7. Henry Cejudo, you know him. He's an Olympic wrestler. He's a pretty good boxer. He just came off of a controversial loss to Joe Benavidez. He got murked by Mighty Mouse Johnson with the body shot. But he's fighting Wilson Hayes, who also lost to Demetrius Johnson. And but other than that, he's had some pretty good wins. But I'm going to have to go with Henry Cejudo on this one, just because I think he's got the wrestling to keep the fight standing, and he can actually probably outbox him, to be honest. And I think he's got the better cardio. Wilson Hayes is just someone they put to fight DJ. I don't think he's as good as Cejudo, but I don't trust Cejudo with my money either, though. I don't like the line. But I'm going to have to go Cejudo. What about you?
Yeah, I can't wait to face Cejudo against Sergio Pettis. Yeah, man, I have to agree with you. I do think that Cejudo's going to win this fight. I don't think he has a better cardio, though. He might have the worst cardio in the division. That's the only edge I give the Wilson. I do think that Cejudo's the better striker. I do think that he has a better ground game, obviously. Wilson's not going to go out there and take him down. Cejudo has, some of the best wrestling and best wrestling defense in the division. So, yeah, I got Cejudo. I think he's going to, win a close decision. Next fight, we got Sarah McMann versus Caitlin Vieira. I know we're going to have a debate in this fight. I wanted to bet, Vieira really bad, but, I'm more confident in my two other plays that I have, and including White. But, yeah, man, I am going to have to go with Vieira here, man. Sarah McMann, she's a little overrated in my opinion. I will admit that, she's a very good grappler. But on the feet, I do think that Vieira is the better striker. What I'm worried, if I would have bet Vieira is that, getting, Sarah McMann taking her down, because McMann's probably going to get her down at least once. The question is she going to get back up? Vieira trains at, same camp that Jose Aldo trains at, so they're going to have good takedown defense. And, Vieira looked really good last fight, dude. She's a black belt in judo, good striker, very aggressive, and she was tagging Ashley Evans Smith all day in that fight and ripping the body. But, yeah, man, I'm going to have to go with the underdog here. But it won't surprise me if McMann gets a sub, or gets a dominant win. But she hasn't looked good. I mean, she looked good her last fight against that Gina jobber, But before that, man, she fought Alexis Davis. And then I think before that, she fought someone else. But then before that, she arguably went on a 4-fight losing streak. I mean, she went on a 3-fight losing streak, but I thought she lost to Warren Murphy. So that could have been a 4-fight losing streak. And, Miesha Tate, I mean, obviously Miesha Tate is the champion, but I mean, I think both these, I don't know. I think McMann is a good grappler, like you said, or like we talked about it. But, moving the team alpha male, she's hopped around a lot of camps. She's getting older. She's like 37 now. I mean, I don't know how much left she has in the tank. So I'm going to have to go with underdog here. What about you?
Well, I definitely think she has one more left in the tank, and definitely enough to beat this Vieira's scrub fucking part-time nail salon. What does she? I mean, who has she beaten, bro? Like Ashley Evans Smith, that's nobody. I mean, McMann has only lost to Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, and was it Amanda Nunez?
Yeah.
Champions, bro. So like, she's only lost to the fucking elite. She's I mean, I really do think she's probably top 3, right? Top 4. I think she's gonna walk through her, dude, and she's gonna just use that wrestling to take her down at will and probably get the sub. Easy sub. I'm gonna go with McMann.
I don't know.
I don't think her judo is gonna be good enough to stop the wrestling.
We've seen McMann quit, multiple times, and I actually think that Vieira has
She
kind
only
of.
lost 3 times.
I think Vieira kind of has the same style as Amanda Nunez, man. She really does.
Shut the fuck.
She's gonna go out
How?
there. She's gonna go out there aggressive. Did you watch the Amanda Nunez fight? Her striking looked just like Vieira's striking last fight. It really did. Okay, I will say this: Vieira did not look that good in her debut against Kelly Fashholtz, but she looked really good against Ashley Evans-Smith. And I know it's not saying a lot, but she still looked good. Good hand. She definitely is a better striking McMann, and that's without a
Finish
question.
her. She didn't finish.
She didn't finish her, but she killed her, dude, for 3 rounds, 30-27.
McMann finished.
So
Easy.
I just think McMann's overrated, bro. I really do.
She might. I don't think she's as. I think she's like. I don't really think she's that. She might be overrated, but she's definitely gonna. That's not a reason to fade her blindly. I mean, she's a fucking way better wrestler, dude. She's gonna take her down easy, and she's gonna choke her out.
That's why I'm not betting.
Like, not only is she wrestling, but she's training jujitsu. That's how you know someone's trying to take it to the next. They're grappling to their next level.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm not betting this fight.
I agree that the girl Viera has probably way better hands. Better, dude. It's levels above. Like, her grappling is gonna be levels above. Like, she's gonna take her down. If she doesn't like it, she's gonna do what she wants when she closes the distance. It's gonna be scary at first, but right when she closes the distance, it's McMahon's gonna have her way.
We'll see, man. I'm not betting this fight because I'm worried about the ground game and the grappling. But I do think she has the better hands, and I think she can keep it on the feet. But hey, I'm not betting this fight, so I'm picking her to win. We're going against each other, make the best man win. But either of us are betting this.
You're welcome. Fight. I'm glad you're not betting it. You're my buddy, and I'm not want you to lose money.
I'm glad you're not betting it. I'm glad you're not betting either, man.
Hey, parlay, baby. Fight. Hey, McMann and Martin parlay, baby. Easy money.
Who's Martin?
Let's go. Wait, what is it? Arjan Martin?
Oh, okay. Hey, good luck, man. I hope that
counts, baby.
Good luck. All right, man. Next fight, we got Jeremy Stephens versus Gilbert Melendez. This is another huge pass for me, man. I don't like I don't think Jeremy Stephens is that good. He's definitely overrated, and he has the worst fight IQ in the UFC. But I think he's going to win this fight. Gilbert Melendez is dropping down in division. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He hasn't been looking that good. He got smoked against Edson Barbosa. I know it's Edson Barbosa, but still. And Gilbert Melendez is kind of a big, not a big lightweight, but I just don't see him at featherweight. I think he's not going to look that good. So I got Stephens, but I can't bet Stephens because he has the worst fight IQ. I just don't trust Jeremy Stephens with my money, but I do think he's going to win. So I got Jeremy Stephens by a 29-28 decision. What about you?
Yeah, man, I completely agree. I think I don't see Gilbert Melendez making a successful cut to 145. I just think he's just too big for 145, and we'll see. Maybe he's changed his eating habits and he looks ripped, but until I see the weigh-ins, I doubt it. I'm gonna have to go with Jeremy Stephens just because that's his weight class. He's probably. I think he's going to be able to defend the takedown and land some shots to win those rounds. I don't think Gilbert's going to be able to take the takedowns, but who knows? He might be able to just ground and pound. But like you said, Stephens is kind of weak for the. He kind of sucks when he comes to the ground game. You know what I mean? Frankie Edgar kind of took him down, and I think that's how he won. So if Gilbert can utilize his wrestling, I think he might be live. But it all depends on how his weight cut goes and if he does a good one or not. I mean, if he's looking fucking shredded at 145 and changed his diet, doesn't have a gut anymore, then I don't know, maybe 145 is good for him. But until I see a weight cut, I'm going to have to go with Jeremy Stephens just because it's his natural weight. I think he's going to defend the takedown. Maybe he might lose the first round. But after that, I think he'll be able to defend the takedowns and outstrike him to get the decision. But yeah. I mean, if Gilbert looks shredded, he might be live, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Stephens for now. On to the next fight. We got a pretty exciting fight. We got Ilir Latifi, who's 12-5. He's going to be fighting Tyson Pedro, who's I think he's currently 6-0. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tyson Pedro, he has a pretty impressive win over your boy Khalil. Choked him out. Showed that he had a pretty good chin that night, and he took some heavy shots and took him down and choked him out, man. It was pretty impressive. and then later he fucking destroyed Paul Craig in the first round. Made easy work of him, you know. And I don't know, man. I think Tyson Pedro is someone you don't want to count out. As opposed to Ilir Latifi, he's no slouch himself either, but chin is questionable. I mean, he did get knocked out by Ryan Bader, as opposed to fucking Tyson Pedro, man. If you can take a shot from Khalil, I think you can take a shot from almost anyone in the 205 division. Khalil's probably one of the hardest hitters in that division, and Tyson Pedro just showed he has amazing chin. So Tyson Pedro is very live for this one too. If you look at Ilir Latifi's wins, he doesn't. They're okay, but he doesn't really. I mean, he has a loss over John Blachowicz. You know what I mean? So he's been KO'd twice already. I have to agree with you. I might have to tell you on this one. I have been a fan of Tyson Pedro ever since he made his debut against Khalil. So yeah, man, I really like Tyson.
Yeah, man, I got 3 units on Tyson Pedro plus 100. I really like this fight, man, for Pedro. Let's start off with Latifi. You know, he got his life changed, you know, his last fight against Ryan Bader. I mean, that was a brutal knockout loss, man. That knee was crazy. And he hasn't fought, dude, in a long time, I think over a year. And, you know, who has he beaten? I mean, the best dude he's beaten is John Vellante. And I think Khalil is so much better than John Vellante. I mean, beating Khalil, bro, in my opinion, I know I'm a big Khalil fan. I think he's really good. He's going to be, you know, in that top 15 soon, climb up the ranks. I think beating him is impressive. He showed adversity, you know. Khalil dropped him within 30 seconds, and he tapped him out. Then he goes out there and smokes Paul Craig. I mean, dude, those elbows on top, dude. Tyson Pedro is so heavy on top. And he landed some really good knees, bro, in the body against Paul Craig. Tyson Pedro is way bigger than Latifi, too. This is the size advantage. He has like a 7-inch reach advantage, too. He gets better every fight, you know, and he trains at Jackson's. He's doing all the right things. He's really young. And I'm telling you, man, I don't know if he's going to get Latifi down because Latifi's, you know, has good takedown defense. You know, he's a pretty built dude. But I think Pedro, man, is better on the feet. And I think Pedro's going to catch that chin. And his knees, bro, to the body. Latifi's already weak to the body. I mean, he got TKO'd against John Blachowicz. The body was that liver kick. And I know it was a pretty vicious liver kick, but if you lose to John Blachowicz, I mean, that's pretty sad. That dude's the worst dude in the division. So, yeah, man, I'm going to have to go Tyson Pedro, man. Undefeated kid, good-ass chin, good grappling, heavy on top, dude. Huge for the division, man. And, dude, this dude is tough, man. I'm telling you right now. And he gets better every fight. So I'm going to have to fade Latifi coming off that life-changing fight. And I like Tyson Pedro, man. I think he's better on the feet. And I think, you know, I don't know if he's going to get him down on the ground because Latifi, like I mentioned, has good takedown defense. But if he does, it's over, bro, because he's nasty on top. So I got Tyson Pedro. All right, so next fight, we got Neil Magny versus Rafael dos Anjos. We've been talking about this fight a lot. I'm going to go with Neil Magny to win this fight. But, you know, it's not a confident pick. I wanted to bet him, but then I watched more tape, and I have to pass. But I do think he can win this fight, you know. He did not look that good against Johnny Hendricks. And who knows how his chin is, you know, since that Larkin loss. But, you know, you got to fade RDA 170. You know, he's, you know, one of the smallest dudes out there. RDA is coming off, you know, a lot of – he's been around the block, you know. He didn't look that good against Tarek, and, you know, Tarek is not that good at all. I think, you know, Magny has a better cardio in this fight for sure. And my worry is if RDA gets him down because Magny doesn't have the best takedown defense. But I think Magny, you know, obviously has a huge, big size advantage in this fight. And I think he can just jab him all night and dance, you know, kind of like the game plan Mike Boyan did against Darren Till before Darren Till, you know, dropped him. But I think Magny can just pick him apart, dance around, and win a 29-28. So I'm going to have to go with Magny here. What about you?
Yeah, I was going to bet Magny, but I've been thinking about it. And then just with his last fight with Hendricks, the fact that he was taken down so easily, and not just taken down, but accepting the takedown. That's the one thing I can't fucking stand. And, you know, I don't think you're going to be able to accept the takedown with Dos Anjos because Dos Anjos is a black belt. You know, Johnny Hendricks, he was not a black belt, so he was able to get caught in a triangle and kind of just like lose around somehow, you know, but I don't think that might happen with RDA. You kind of got me thinking, when you told me that this fool might get taken down at will. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of going back and forth now, and to go with Magny just because he's a more natural 170. But this still fight can go any way, man. I can see Dos Anjos just getting a takedown and just doing heavy ground and pound and get the win. I don't think he's gonna for those subs. You know, he is still a legit black belt. So this fight's closer than I thought. You know, so I don't really like how Magny was just accepting the takedowns from Hendricks. It's not. You're never gonna make it that way. You know what I mean?
I agree. I don't like that either, man.
So yeah, I'm probably passing on betting. There's better, like you said, there's probably better plays to make. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Magny for now, just because I don't think Dos Anjos is gonna be able to bully his way like he was in the 155 division.
Speaking of better plays, yeah, call that next fight.
Next fight is a better play that Nunez versus Valentina Shevchenko, and they're gonna be doing a rematch. Valentina Shevchenko is very impressive. She's dangerous anywhere. She's off her back, like you saw in her last fight where she just cut an armbar. And Amanda Nunez, she's got some slick boxing. You saw her, fucking box up Ronda Rousey, fuck her up. And not only that, she dropped Miesha Tate and choked her out. You know, girls just do not want to get hit from when they get hit by Amanda Nunez. They just don't react the same, unless that girl is Valentina Shevchenko. Because that fight was fucking sick as fuck, man. And competitive, you know, it does show that Valentina Shevchenko can take a hit. I think she's been striking her whole life, so she's gonna know how to take these hits and absorb the damage and keep going. I don't think she's gonna get finished by Amanda Nunez. I think she's gonna be able to take the punch, unlike a lot of other people that fought her recently. I mean, she took punches before. I think she's gonna be able to do it again. And I think she's going to win those later rounds, man. I got Valentina Shevchenko winning the last 3 rounds, if not getting a late finish. What about you?
Yeah, I got my last bet. I got 2 units on Shevchenko at -120 to win 1.67 units. Amanda Nunez, you know, is a scary girl in that first round, but then she gasses, dude. And that's what I see here, man. We gotta go out there and weather the storm, and then we're gonna gas her. We're gonna break her, and Nunez is gonna gas, you know. She's always had cardio issues. Shevchenko, man, is a world kickboxer. She's beaten JJ 3 times. Her striking is outstanding, dude. And I definitely think she's going to pick Amanda apart. I'm worried about the first round, but after that, man, I mean, come on. It's all she wrote. Great jab, good weight kick, solid Muay Thai, good grappling too. I mean, she got that sub against Juliana Pena. That was brilliant, dude. And then, you know, she lost the first round against Holly Holm, and then, I mean, easily won the last 4 rounds. And Shevchenko's a good chin too. You know, they're supposed to fight in July, and Amanda, you know, was a little bitch and pulled out. And you know, she has a really bad sinus problem, dude, and that's not going to help her cardio, bro, at all. Shout out to my boy Dan Half the Battle. He said that you know, Amanda's been looking pretty, you know, big, dude, in UFC embedded. I mean, she's gonna make weight. She looks kind of fat out there, man. So it's gonna be definitely a hard weight cut for her. And you know Shevchenko is a lighter girl, you know. She walks around pretty light, so I mean, it's gonna be an easy weight cut for her. So I think we have to just worry about the first round, then it's all over, dude. So I think Shevchenko's gonna pick her apart and break her and get that finish, bro. So I got Shevchenko by a 3rd round finish. Next fight, we got DJ versus Ray Borg. This is a pretty easy breakdown for me. You know, I like Ray Borg. And I know that, you know, DJ's had some problems with Tim Elliott with the grappling, but Ray Borg doesn't have the cardio. He doesn't, I mean, is he going to make weight? We don't even know that. And like you mentioned, and he doesn't have the stand-up. I mean, DJ's has the best stand-up in the division. He really does. Second's probably Pettis. But, yeah, man, I just don't see how Borg wins this fight unless it goes to the ground and DJ gets caught, but I don't think he's going to. I think DJ's going to get a first-round knockout here, to be honest. DJ's unstoppable, bro. And like I mentioned, I think the only dude that's a threat to DJ right now is Sergio Pettis. So, yeah, man, I think DJ's going to go out there and get a first-round finish. He's just too fast and too way better on the feet. And his grappling's legit, too. What about you?
Yeah, you pretty much just took the words right out of my mouth. I don't think Ray Borg is ready for Demetrius Johnson just yet. Maybe not ever, but it's like his weight is an issue. He's got really good grappling and he's very good in the scrambles. But I mean, DJ is just overall just a beast, man. He's just too good everywhere. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good wrestling. He's got good striking. He subs black belts. He outstrikes the strikers. You know what I mean? I don't understand what it is. He just mixes it up so well in there that he can just do whatever he wants to his opponent. And I do think that Ray Borg is not gonna be able to handle it. He's a good grappler, but I don't think it's gonna work against DJ. I think DJ is gonna be able to defend the takedown. There's always, I mean, that's his way to win. I think is Ray Borg's grappling, but I don't think it's gonna work here. I think DJ is going to be able to keep it standing and just outstrike him and frustrate him to get the finish. So I'm going to have to go with DJ as well. Like you said, man, I only think Sergio Pettis might be ready maybe in 2 years or so, a year or two. I don't think he's ready yet, but he's got the technique to do it. I think, but that's for another day. But yeah, man, I have to agree with you. I'm going to have to go with DJ.
All right, man. What are your plays so far? Any your bets besides
so
Shevchenko?
far? I got a 3-unit on Shevchenko at -120 to win 2.5, and that's it. I am thinking about making a play on Tyson Pedro, and Tyson Pedro. Maybe that parlay with McMann and and Adriano Martins. But I don't know. He's not really playable. Dude, come on. Sir McMann has a pretty good line for -260.
Don't do it, bro. It's close.
We'll see. I gotta watch tape on Viera. I'm not gonna bet blindly.
Yeah, you're better than that. We got so yeah, for my 3 plays, I got 3 units on Pedro at +100. I got 3.25 units on White at -130, and I got 2 units on Shevchenko -120. There you go, guys. There's our breakdown card. We'll be back for UFC Pittsburgh next week. That's a very good card, bro. I'm actually watching tape for that card right now, and there's a lot of plays that I like so far. Obviously, you know,
don't call it out yet.
Yeah, all the lines aren't out yet, but there is one line out. Rockhold versus Branch. And yeah, man, that's a really good fight. I don't want to talk about it yet, but I mean, I know who I like in that fight. And I think you know who I like too.
Yeah, the pretty boy.
No, actually. I mean, I didn't want to say anything because, you know, but you know, whatever. I guess we'll do a quick breakdown. I actually like Branch in that fight, and we'll talk about it later in the breakdown. So he's +350 right now, and I'm definitely going to be putting a couple units on Branch. I didn't want to say anything.
You're going to move the line, you faggot. Why'd you say anything?
But you called me out. But yeah, I like David Branch. Luke Rockhold is, you know, on his way out. No
You
chin.
like the pretty boy, dude. Don't lie.
No, I don't. Just because I like Joba and a couple other people, I don't, you know, that doesn't mean I like Luke Rockhold. He's a good fighter, though, man, but he's on his way out.
He is, man. He gets hurt. I don't know what's up. I don't even think he wants it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, David Branch, baby, is going to win that fight. So
I like Branch.
For sure, dude, he's gonna knock him out with a jab.
He did like this little post on like when he was at the barbershop. Was funny as fuck.
You see that one? He was talking about Hawani. He was like, he was pissed, bro, because Rocco was talking crap on him, saying he sucks. Bro, if you beat Jocko, bro.
Hey man, what's up with this main event with fucking DJ, bro? We'll see what you think he's gonna get a lot of views or not.
I hope so, man. I'm a big DJ fan, dude. He's that legit, but I hope he gets a lot of views. But I mean, dude, Shevchenko's on the card, bro. It's a really good. It should
be a fight night. It is a good card, though. Oh, yeah, but we'll see what's up. I can't wait to watch it, but I hope it's fun. It's usually they're entertaining.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of fun fights we got played. So yeah, it's a good fight, a good card, and we'll be back for Pittsburgh. And like I said, there's a lot of good fights on there that I'm looking to bet. I already mentioned one Branch because Ricky fucking ruined it, but it's all good. So all right, guys, we'll be back next week. Later, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.